Second Nation, what's up? This is your boy Brian with Dan V and Will on this beautiful Sunday afternoon to bring you our weekly pod. We'll be recapping Backlash from France and talking about WrestleMania Vegas and Dan's top five. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Wow.
Look, it might be nice down there where you at, Mr. Jersey with no t-shirt, but it is ugly up here.
It is. It's doom and gloom up in our area.
Man,
What's the weather?
Bad. Not Jersey with no t-shirt weather.
Like,
I mean, I had a cup of heat on up here. So
what?
What? Yeah,
he
says you say that because you don't live up here. So
he's further east. It's 53 where I am now.
I'm on the water, so it's like 48, 45 maybe.
Yeah, high. It's 53 with a high of 54, and we're getting rain by the time we're done.
However, this week we are supposed to be like hitting like mid 70s, so we might be able to do that.
It's 87 here.
Good for you.
It's just 87 here. Nobody cares.
Hey, man. But you might not, or jealous now, but wait till the summertime when it's even worse here with the humidity.
Listen, that's what I need, dude. I'm an asthmatic. I need, well, actually, no, dry heat would be better for me.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, not humid heat because that would even affect your asthma even more.
Yeah, dry heat would be much better for me. So when we get to talking about segment 2, that'll
we'll save that one. Put that in our back
to the advantages,
All right, let's get into this Backlash. It was good, but the crowd was good to me. But
the crowd was. I've never ever seen a crowd like ever. Seen like Puerto Rico was really good last year's Backlash, but Frank, man,
listen, they turned it on even before the cameras were turned on.
Yeah.
From what I gather, I mean, even I was watching the pre-show, and they cut to Michael Cole, and he couldn't even talk. He was just like
it was a soccer game down there last night.
That's what they do. That's what they do in Europe for soccer games. Yeah. So,
I mean, really, it's like, I said this off camera, and I mean, I'll say it now. I mean, this is their WrestleMania because they don't get this over there all the time.
Yeah,
and
I don't know how much those tickets, but I want to know how much those tickets were going to be.
I got you. I am so glad you said something because you know what? I went on. Shout out to Thomas and Sons IT. If you need anything, I got a stat right here. The average ticket price was the average ticket price sitting around $300.
Golly.
$300.
Wow.
That's like a regular, even a Raw or a SmackDown here in the States, you can get in for like 75, maybe even $50, probably cheaper some places.
Right, depending on where you go, but
$300 average. So
that's nuts, man. Money well spent, apparently, because they were all the way. I've never seen a crowd like I said. Puerto Rico was really good last year's Backlash, but man, this year, yesterday,
I know.
I don't know.
But I watch a lot of European soccer, and it's like that all the time there during the soccer games.
I mean, they were throwing F-bombs. They were calling people assholes. They were on top of it. They were singing everybody's entrances.
Yeah, they were.
I mean,
Jay probably had entrance of the night though. His was.
Yeah, they were eating like a mug on that one.
Man, they were eating, but I'm gonna have to say a close second was Orton because once Orton's music hit, they sang the whole thing. They sang him to the ring, and he had to turn around. So,
and your boy Cody,
yeah, KO got a nice ovation, like pop / ovation. They really showed him a lot of love yesterday too.
French Canadian, they're gonna give love. They can speak French to him, he'll know.
Oh, cool.
All right. So the first match we'll start off with was the Bloodline Sola and Tama versus defeated KO and Randy Orton by pinfall at 19 minutes 45 seconds.
That was a good kickoff match
Yeah,
right there.
I figured that's the reason why there was only 5 matches on the card, because either one or two matches was gonna run long, and 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes nowadays is is pretty good. I'm glad that all this came out and called the audible and changed it to a street fight, because you don't fly across the water for a match to get thrown out, especially at the beginning of the show when you only got 5 matches total. But
Yeah,
I mean, it was solid. I kind of wanted to see what Tama could do in a regular match, with just at that, not even at this level, but just with the guys he was working with. But I thought it was good. I thought it was good. Even the ending.
The ending. Who had that on their bingo card? None of us.
Nobody.
Nobody called that. Nobody.
Camacho is back.
As soon as Camacho's back. But as soon as the ref got pulled, I'm like, there he is, Jacob Fatu. Yeah, he got pulled. Pulled, and then I was like, Jacob Fatu, and then I was like, wait, that's not him.
That's not Jacob, and because I know Jacob's nowhere near that tall. And that's not really saying much, because Tangaloa is really not a big dude. He's not really. I mean, he's a big, he's not a tall guy. But like once I didn't see long hair, I'm like, yeah, that's not him. But who?
I knew it wasn't Jacob as soon as he came out. Too tall.
Yeah,
like you said.
Yeah. But does this open the door for this guy? Does this open the door for the third brother though, or are we going with Jacob?
I don't.
Because there's
the third brother. The third brother's wrestled in AEW before.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. He's tall too, real tall.
Mm-hmm.
He's like 6'10".
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I've seen him maybe twice.
Sorry, guys. Not trying to throw a wrench into everything, but I'm just sitting here advertising, just like we have on the bottom of the screen. Like, share, and subscribe. Right here, filler segment on all platforms. But getting back to this match, yeah, I mean, I am looking forward to the Bloodline story just going. I mean, it's been the best thing for how long now? 2 years?
2.
Yeah. We're going to be going on 3.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're just adding pieces to it, and then even in post match when they were showing Jay back there getting ready for his match and trying to get himself all in his zone, and the big walk by and the glare and everything.
Yep,
it's common.
But that wasn't a good for me. Tonga, that's not a good look for you, missing your spot that on your first little bit of programming again.
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, and it really wasn't by much, but still, a missed spot is a missed spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, his back said it all. His back was tore up.
If we're talking about the end spot with the ref.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, he shouldn't. That's not a good look for you, missing your first spot on your first appearance back since 2014.
Yeah, seriously, it might be a reason why you were let go in the first place.
And you were in Impact. All 3 of the guys from
the Rising
faction, Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, and Tonga are back in the building, baby. You know, big TNA fan. Shout out.
Sucks everybody's. Is everybody on different shows? And Drew's on Raw, isn't he?
Drew's on Raw.
I don't know where Tonga was. He's gonna go to SmackDown. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm assuming he's going to SmackDown. They have to keep that faction together.
I'm assuming the Bloodline is gonna be on both eventually.
Possibly.
You know how they do like the mid-season, put him on that show. We're just gonna put him over here, and they just adjust accordingly.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
All right. But I mean, all in all, like just to stay on topic, the match was for a street fight. The match was solid. The quadruple fisherman buster on the quadruple chairs or whatever. That's always a pretty good spot. I love when KO does that move anyway. That's probably one of the only things that he's bought with him from his ROH like moveset, because everything else is banned or too unsafe or whatever.
The cannonball too, right?
Yeah, but like, I mean, just like aside from the stuff that we see him do normally, like
that brainbuster, bro, that was the move of the night for me.
Yeah.
Of the whole show.
Yeah, definitely up there.
Not the Super Cody Cutter.
let's,
We'll get into later.
Getting ahead of ourselves.
This is not.
Yeah, it's a pretty good match. So moving on to match 2, we have Bayley defeats Naomi and Tiffany Stratton in a triple threat match. It didn't really hit for me, man.
I think going forward from this card, it was kind of predictable as to what was going to on the whole card. It was kind of predictable as to what was going to happen. But I mean, was it a good rub for Jam and Glam Barbie? Who knows? Going forward,
I am not a fan of it. I don't know what
I'm not either. I don't see. I see nothing in her either. I mean, it's too early for her.
And
a moonsault is what you got. A moonsault, really?
She did that handspring elbow like 3 times. I'm gonna put it to y'all like this, and because of our age and the fact that we are more than just wrestling fans, I hope you understand the analogy. You're not gonna recreate Charlotte Flair, okay? If you think you are, Google Harold Miner
or
Harold. Wow.
Google Harold Miner. If you think you can recreate Charlotte Flair, Google Harold Miner and see how that.
I know who Harold Miner is, man.
Yeah,
he lives in Florida. He should know who he is.
I'm just saying, just for the people out there watching that know I'm a basketball fan too.
Baby Jordan, remember?
If you think you're going to recreate Charlotte Flair, Google Harold Miner, and let's just see what. Now, I'm not saying that Stratton is going to be that, but it's the potential of it is always there. Like I said, she did that damn handspring elbow 3 times.
I know.
Yesterday afternoon, like you were saying, if that moonsault is all you got, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have more than like 2 moves.
Yeah.
But still early, so we can see what she has going forward. But we'll see. I'm not seeing it.
We'll see what's next up for Bayley. So is she gonna keep on wrestling Tiffany Stratton? Naomi's probably done with the program with her right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking that they're probably gonna move on to Nia Jax and Bayley.
But now Bianca Belair and Jay Cargo, they could be on both shows now.
Yes.
But we'll get to that in a minute.
Because there's only one set of those titles.
Okay. All right. Match 3, we had Damian Priest defeated Jey Uso in 15 minutes and 45 seconds. They did have it. Actually, it was pretty good. Whoever put the match together, because it had people on the edge of the seat like Jay was going to win. So
Jay should have won just based off his entrance alone.
Yes. Whoever produced, man, they're gonna have to give this guy a title eventually. Don't send him back.
He's 0-6 now.
I know.
He's 0-6 in title matches now. Like at what point do you put him over in a title match? He's right there.
Sammy,
right there.
Jay, are we gonna rekindle that?
I mean, you could have that going into SummerSlam. Or even
Saudi Arabia.
Even
because he's not on the Jay's not on the ring King of the Ring, is he?
I don't know.
Hold on, I got it right here.
Yeah, because there's qualifying matches tomorrow and then there's some more on Friday.
There's already no, he's not in the King of the Ring for Raw. It's Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor, Kofi and Rey Mysterio, Ricochet and Drag, then Gunther and Sheamus, which is going to be a banger.
Yeah,
that is going to be a banger.
Oh, man, that's going to be fun. That one is going to be a good one.
Sheamus is going to get his first tan. I'm telling you.
All right, yeah.
But seriously, though, but like at what point do you put Jay over? Like I said, he's 0-6 in title matches now. Every single time.
Every time.
Like, what more does he have to prove? You saw a foreign crowd.
Yep.
Full participation of this man's entrance. Like, you have your announcer on the table every week.
Maybe they're saving him for him to win it at SummerSlam.
Give me something. Give me something.
He's not. I can't believe he's not even King of the Ring tournament.
Give him that at least.
Gunther's gonna get that, so we already know that.
Yeah, I can see that. And then that whole gimmick that comes along with that's gonna be crazy.
All right, cool. But like I said yesterday when I texted Will, that I don't think Damian Priest is a incredible champion right now.
We all agreed.
Right now, he could be. He could get there.
Yeah, he's just not right now.
Early CM Punk.
Jay is.
I'm seeing
scorching red hot right now. And you should put something on him. Something.
Give him the United States title.
But he's not on SmackDown.
Well, Intercontinental, a secondary one at least. Maybe not the big one even though he deserves it. Maybe not the big one just yet, but you got to give him something. I agree.
Gonna put the speed title
I
on?
knew you were going to say that.
No. That speed title's going to be like the cruiserweight belt now.
Yeah.
But they did have Braun Reed. They didn't have Big Bronson Reed in it.
So then it'll be like the Digital Media Championship?
What did I send y'all the other day? Didn't I send y'all the screenshot of the new tournament they're having? Is he back in it again, I think? Let me see.
What tournament?
It was a tournament for the number one contender, right?
For the speed, yeah.
Yes, and I know Ivar was in it.
Yeah, he was.
So
it is Apollo Crews versus Ivar and Taylor Bate versus Berto.
Again with Apollo Crews. He still works here? I mean,
yep. So
yeah.
It's a bad idea.
It is.
And it's an ugly ass belt, man.
And you can only see it. You can only see it on Twitter X.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah.
So it really is a social media championship.
It won't last long, just like the 24/7.
It won't. All them 24/7 cruiserweight. They last good couple months until the novelty wears off, and then they fall by the wayside.
All right, moving on to the women's tag team championship. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defeat the Kabuki Warriors in 17 minutes and 25 seconds.
Much longer than I thought.
So did I. I thought it was gonna be like a 5-minute match.
Somebody better go check on Mark Jolliffe, man. I know he's probably in a corner crying somewhere because that's his team. But
shout out Mark.
Shout out Mark. That's right. And it was a short match. It should have been a shorter match, I think. But I think maybe
Bianca
did do most of the heavy lifting in that match.
She did.
Yeah. Now that was the point that I was going to try to allude to. Like at what stage of this team does Jade stop doing all the heavy lifting towards the matches, or is it being done this way because that's how they're going to end up splitting them? I'm getting all of the pins, and I'm saving you every time. So you get into a situation and just however you break up a tag team without throwing somebody through a window.
But she's had longer matches.
Remember?
She's had longer matches than AEW. I don't know what their thought is right now.
I think their thought process is maybe her injury history. Who knows? They're kind of like maybe.
I would say probably just like a not so much a developmental thing, but keeping the booking strong until you get until you're able to transition into a one-on-one feud, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Then we had the main event yesterday. Cody Rhodes defeated AJ Styles in 27 minutes and 20 seconds. It was a dang good match right there to me. Don't be a hater.
Personal feelings aside,
okay.
it was not a bad match.
AJ always puts a good match on.
He does. It's just tough for me to watch Cody for longer than 10 minutes. That's just me.
Hulking up.
I knew you. Yep, I was going to say that. Where did that come from?
Oh my God! It's getting worse. With every TV appearance, it's getting worse, and that was almost it for me. Like, dude, you're kicking out at 1. You're kicking out at 1. All right, I've seen this before. I grew up watching this story. I've grown sick of this story, and now.
No, the true story is Stardust beating our truth. How about that?
Yes.
How about that?
I'm mad about that. So it just gives me another reason to not like Cody. Don't be trying to throw no shade or threaten our truth. Talking about this on site. You can get it whenever. I got our truths back. You come see me if you need to.
I think that goes for the three of us.
You know what happens? Cody comes out, does an open challenge, right, for his belt, and next thing you hear this music play. You ready? I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh God, man! And I wish I had a mute button for that.
I really feel like Brian doesn't want me to be a wrestling fan anymore.
I think so.
I think that's or he's just pushing me closer and closer towards an on-screen heel turn, like mid segment heel turn.
No, I'm just joking on that one. But I saw that video. I saw that
No,
video.
you're not.
No, I am joking
Don't
about that.
lie.
But if you watched Joe Henry's actually match, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good. The worst thing about him is his theme. Is his theme song.
Music.
That's the only thing I don't like about Joe Henry.
And this is coming from his number one fan.
Yeah, his number one fan,
Yeah.
Will.
Right. Gave that man money to lie to him.
Wow, man. Wow.
$29. I give him $29 to lie.
He paid more than I did for Ellsworth.
I paid $20 for Gilbert too.
That's the going rate for Ellsworth too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chico's now 15.
Yeah, I saw that when I was on there.
And it's only I think it should be more. I think we're all in agreement there. But
of course,
the only reason he doesn't is because he wants to do it for his fans. He wants to
make
make
it
it affordable.
fine with that.
Yeah,
and that's why and you know what? And that's why I am trying to see what his going rate is to get on this here podcast. Because I'll drop the money for it if it's reasonable. That's right.
DM him, see if he answers, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be real hard for me not to call him Chico. I'm not going. I know what the book title is, but it's gonna be.
It's gonna be hard.
I'm gonna have to practice in the mirror or something. I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
If we get somebody DM him and we'll find out, then
I'll get on that.
I'll find out how much. I'll find out how much it is. Just let me know.
Yeah, I have
because we have a little of that from T-shirt sales. We got some of that too. So
yeah, I have his personal Facebook. And you can reach him through there. He's very, very personable. So I'll give it's not under Tito Santana either. So
okay, just if you can.
But we'll do that off screen and we'll
that's good though. But also besides Backlash this weekend, TNA had Underseas that me and Will watched.
Yeah, it was a I would give it a strong B.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I would give Backlash a strong B.
I would too, yeah. Well, I don't know. I would give Backlash A-. Crowd saved their ass yesterday.
They did.
If it wasn't the crowd, if it was the U.S. crowd, that would have been a B.
Maybe less.
Yeah,
maybe less.
That would have been a low B.
Under Siege was actually a really solid show. If it was anything I didn't like, it was just based off my own personal opinion. But as far as the card and it not being like a pay-per-view and just like being like a monthly special. It was almost like I would liken it like a Clash of Champions, Dan. It was something like that, monthly special, but it was good. Solid card. Wasn't really too many matches that I was not interested in. But front to back, it was a good show.
But some of the guys couldn't show up, or they're hurt, or something happened.
I don't know what the case was. I was really looking forward to that Jake something. And
so a lot of some matches got. We'll just go run down the card real quick, but we don't have to talk about it. But some matches got moved around.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rich Swann didn't get fight for the Digital Media Championship. He got to go against who was it?
Jake something,
which I was pissed off because Jake something didn't go over. But
yeah,
you just have Jake something wrestling for the X Division title, and all of a sudden he's taking Rich Swann's going over on him.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get rid of Scott D'Amore.
Yep. But news on Scott D'Amore I saw on the dirt sheets is that he trademarked Maple Leaf Wrestling, wrestling in the United States. He patented it for the United States.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't do it in Canada.
You're pretty sure he can do it in Canada, but he's just trying to bring it back. But it's never been like patented probably in the United States. That's why.
But I thought that Maple Leaf was bought by the E.
Stampede Wrestling was bought by.
Yeah, Stampede.
Which I think was also. Nah, I'm wrong. You're right.
No, it was they bought Stampede.
No, you're right. I was like, wait a minute.
Maple Leaf seems like it would be out of Toronto. So Stampede was out of Calgary.
Let's see.
Yeah, here we go. We got to have our statistician on this. So.
The World Wrestling Federation was the parent company.
Was Maple Leaf Wrestling's parent company?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
But I don't think it really matters anymore.
Clearly, if they're getting it here in the US,
it doesn't really matter because NWA is the E has rights to NWA too. When they bought WCW at the time, right?
Oh, right. I believe so.
But they have a company now.
No, because WCW had split from the NWA shortly after, I want to say, shortly before Flair left in like 91, they split from the NWA.
Yeah.
Because they changed the big gold belt's name to the WCW, and then they had to switch it to the smaller belt when Flair took it, and the international and all of that. So that was like in the 90s when they split from the NWA.
Yeah, the NWA is its own entity. Because what's his name? Billy Corgan owns it.
Yeah, the Smashing Pumpkin Billy Corgan.
Yes, that guy.
They haven't ran it since 1995, so
okay, since '95.
Yeah, so I don't think they own it anymore, really, because you won't find any Maple Leaf Wrestling on Peacock.
No,
just Stampede.
Right.
Yeah,
unless
I thought
it was like a house show from like Maple Leaf Gardens or something like that. But
yeah,
that's just the building name.
Oh, Maple Leaf Gardens, rest in peace.
Okay. Rhino defeated VSK. Anybody know who that is?
No.
I've seen him on a couple indie shows and stuff before.
Did you say Rhino?
Yeah, you know Rhino.
Rhino.
Yeah,
I know you know Rhino is. I said VSK.
Yeah, I didn't see that match. That's why.
Yeah, Rhino ran for Senate. We know who he is.
That's a pre-show match. It was 3 minutes and 35 seconds.
That's probably another reason why I didn't see it.
Yeah,
probably warming the oven up or something. I don't know.
The FBI, Full-Blooded Italians, new incarnation, defeated Batari, I guess is their name. Never heard of them before.
Yeah, I didn't catch. I caught the end of the pre-show.
Laredo Kid retained his digital media championship by defeating Casey Navarro.
I caught the tail end of that match. That one was,
I've seen Casey Navarro in a couple shows before. Josh Alexander and EY defeated Steve Macklin and Kaz. Ash by Elegance defeated Havoc.
Didn't understand that one at all.
Tapped her out, right?
Yeah.
Joe Hendry defeated Zach Wentz. Then you have new women's tag team championship. Masha Slamovich and Alicia Edwards defeated Spitfire, which now everybody holds gold in the system.
In the system, yeah.
Rich Fon, whatever, defeated Jake something. Not very excited about that. Jonathan Gresham and Kushida. It was kind of like an weird inning with them spitting up that ink and stuff. What you think about that, Will? That finisher with he puts his hand over the guy's mouth. It's almost like a.
I don't like the mask and the ink and
the what?
I don't like the.
I don't like that finish. That finisher.
Me neither. Just not a fan. He could have just came out. He could have just. I don't know, but I'm all for trying something different. But
yeah,
that ain't it. I don't think that's gonna be it.
All right, PCO versus and Jordan Grace defeated the Lander and Khan. Mustafa Ali and Ace Austin was a banger.
That was that was a good one. I like Ace Austin. I like Ace Austin.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully he's booked better in the future.
He's Bullet Club.
Yeah, which is a reason to book him better in the future because he does have some type of.
He's a prior X Division champion and tag team champion.
Yeah, he's good. That was a good one. I like that. That was probably my favorite match of that.
Yep. Then you had the System defeated Broken Matt Hardy and Speed Mountain. They all came out in Matt Hardy coats.
Yeah, all of that to lose. Trent the Seventh and the Ball of Speed. That's their name now. Never calling him anything else. Like, I don't know. Broken Matt Hardy might be my favorite version.
But he's
totally
he's lost steps. So
he's getting older.
In ring, yes, but the character, like the TNA version, because when they did it when he was with Vince,
when he was Woken.
Yeah, that they
they went from broken to woken. I remember that.
They watered it down. I remember when he first went into the whole character and the match he had at the compound with Jeff.
That was great.
I didn't know that that dude was his real father-in-law.
Oh, Senor Benjamin.
Benjamin was
I love him.
Brother Nero.
That's probably my
This is
favorite.
my horse, George Washington.
My favorite version of Matthew Hardy.
All right. Well, that basically broke down the weekend with wrestling. There was no collision because of NBA.
Thank you, NBA.
Whoa! Next week we'll be live with 3 hours with Collision and Rampage.
Damn you, NBA.
Goes both ways, man. I got
guys.
you.
So we'll try transition, guys, now to WrestleMania Vegas. Just have our thoughts on WrestleMania Vegas.
Woo-hoo-hoo! You want my thoughts on that? I got to go first on this one. It is going to be live, and while you were off, eating your pizza or whatever it was, you're chowing on me and Will were talking. I don't know how they're going to do that weekend with it being Easter weekend and WrestleMania weekend, but I do know this: there's going to be a lot of Charles Wright around there because he is a resident of said city. He actually owns an establishment out there called the Cheetah. So
it'll be a couple established. It'll also be Riddle Van Dam weekend for all those that are familiar. Yep. So it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be people every fucking where. I want to say there's going to be people everywhere. This is Vegas. This is WrestleMania weekend.
They're gonna blow this one up.
Friday to Tuesday, basically.
Oh, are they gonna? Is it gonna? I forgot. Is it gonna be better than y'all's favorite WrestleMania ever? WrestleMania 9.
That's a better
way to get at.
Yeah, they're not having it in the parking lot. They're having it at Allegiant Stadium.
And there will be no Lex Luger, so it's already better.
No Lex Luger. Nobody's going to be dressing up in togas, so there's that.
Oh, it was at Caesar's Palace. That's why.
Yeah, I know it was at Caesar's Palace. I get that, but I mean, and it's going to be 2 nights of actual WrestleMania, which has been getting bigger and bigger every year.
Can y'all guess where the lowest attendance for a WrestleMania ever is?
Hartford, WrestleMania 11.
Mm-mm.
No, it wasn't WrestleMania 11.
WrestleMania 2.
Because
here's the thing,
in Rosemont, Illinois.
Oh, please, whatever.
Only 9,000 people.
So,
but they had it. But if you combine cities, I know they had it in 3 different cities.
I was gonna say, yeah, you can't.
But the Chicago portion looked like an episode of Dynamite. I mean, okay, it is what it is.
And it was in its infancy, anyways, before any of the huge matches happened.
If we don't count that, I have to let me see what the lowest one was. The lowest one was it's not Hartford, Connecticut. It was.
Oh, it wasn't, and then it probably was 9.
It was close though.
How the hell did Hartford get a fucking WrestleMania?
So me and Crystal were talking about that last night.
WrestleMania 7.
7? Oh yeah, the LA Coliseum is super small.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because they had to move it because they were going to have it in the actual Coliseum. But everybody was afraid that we were going to get bombed or something. So
that wasn't the reason. That was not the reason. They couldn't sell 100,000 tickets for the LA Coliseum, so they moved it to the sports arena because they do house shows.
The lowest attendance WrestleMania was actually WrestleMania 36. 0.
Oh, get out of here!
I can tell you it's on the
boo, man. You know what? you can't hear it, but you're getting a loser horn. Screw that.
No, he's right though.
He is right.
Come on. But come on, we know why. That doesn't count.
Come on.
That
and to be fair, I was in the Thunderdome during one of those shows. Damn it.
That don't count. It's like Wilt's 100-point game. We don't really know. No, I'm joking.
We're on WrestleMania. Do you know what the last WrestleMania was before they went to stadiums?
16?
22.
20. Yeah, because 22 was at Allstate Arena.
Yep.
22 was at Allstate Arena. Yep.
And then they went to Safeco.
That was John Cena versus Triple H.
Yep.
He tapped Triple H out, right? Right by the.
Yes, he did.
And he was like real close to the ropes too. Remember?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That was the same year that Ray won the World Heavyweight title too.
Yeah.
Breaking news in basketball: Jared Allen's not playing again.
Oh damn! Oh wow. Well, that should be interesting. Let's attack that basket, Mr. Suggs and P5.
See you in Boston.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I honestly, getting back to this, I mean, there's a lot going on like WrestleMania weekend. Obviously the only WrestleMania I went to, the one in New York. I mean, it was spread out. They had things everywhere because MetLife obviously is where they had the event. NXT was in Brooklyn. SmackDown and Raw was in Brooklyn.
Well, you expect NXT will be in mobile, so.
But the best part about Mania Week is going to like Mania World. It used to be called Access, or WWE World. It used to be called Access.
Yeah.
But I mean, they had their superstore there. It's better than any merch stand. It's like jumping in to the old school WWF merchandise catalog, but it's an actual store and you can walk around and look at things. They have all the titles on display that you can buy, collectibles that you can't find. And then going into the whole event itself, where you're going to look at all the old stuff, like the old ring gear,
So there's a lot of arenas around there. There's like 3 or 4 arenas.
Yeah, There's Thomas and Mack. There's T-Mobile.
That's what I'm saying. That Ring
the
of Honor has
arena that they're doing NXT in.
Yep.
Yeah, but so are they gonna? You think Ring of Honor is gonna go?
I would.
Be in the weekend before Double or Nothing, and is Double or Nothing gonna move from Las Vegas?
No, probably
No.
not. They're probably gonna piggyback on whatever.
I mean,
They'd be stupid not to.
But you got to realize that WrestleMania is usually beginning of April, not towards the end with Double or Nothing is at.
But they're doing it on Easter weekend, which is going to make it very difficult.
If I was AEW, I would move it to like New Jersey or something.
Why would you move it to New Jersey?
Because they sell out there.
They could sell out in Vegas too.
They could sell out.
You're always going to sell in Vegas because people's always visiting.
Right. So
Right.
they go to LA. No, they didn't do well in LA. They didn't do well in LA.
I think they did after
Phoenix.
they did it good in LA before in the Kia.
Did they? Oh, they did it in the theater. They didn't do it in crypto or the Staples Center or whatever it is.
They did the Kia. Yeah,
It'll always be the Staples Center to me.
But isn't that because the Clippers are in a different arena now, right?
No, they will be.
Not yet. They will be. Now that arena is supposed to look hard. I mean, I looked right at it. It's like a huge bowl.
It is. Ballmer got ridiculous.
He's got bucks, so he can do that. And it's about time that.
He don't have I don't think he got con man money though. He might.
No, he doesn't have con man.
They could also go to like if they want to do a smaller venue like TNA did, it holds about 2,000 people.
I wouldn't. I mean, for Ring of Honor, yeah.
That's what I'm saying for Ring of Honor.
Okay.
I'm talking about
how big is that? How big is that UFC arena in Vegas?
They can't use that.
Yeah, you're right. They can't use that. That's
right.
TKO.
That's not very big though.
Thomas Mack. No.
They said like the Thomas Mack's too big for Ring of Honor. There are like 17,000 people in Thomas Mack.
Yeah, because UNLV is the only basketball team around. The Aces, but they don't play in Thomas and Mack.
They have summer league there.
Yeah, they do. So yeah, they split it between that and Cox Arena that's next door.
They play arena football there too.
Okay, I didn't even know that they had arena football in Vegas.
I just can't wait to see Allegiant just all lit up at WrestleMania. I mean, I remember when they did it at SummerSlam.
It didn't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that one didn't. I wasn't wowed by SummerSlam in Vegas because WrestleMania is a completely different situation.
Yeah, it's a whole different animal. So
didn't they try to go back again and then they end up not doing it because they couldn't sell all the tickets?
No.
For Allegiant?
Yeah, I think it was.
They did SummerSlam, and then what were they gonna go? When were they gonna go back?
Yeah. It was right after COVID, so you know what I'm saying. It's right when they were going back on the road. That's why. That could have been it. And they ended up going to the T-Mobile Arena instead. Right. What event was that? Let's see. Was it Money in the Bank? Mate, probably.
Yeah. Because I don't see them having an issue selling out Allegiant.
Absolutely not. Because I think when they did SummerSlam, they only got like 60, close to 80. Or something like that.
Yeah, it was SummerSlam. They ended up going to the MGM Grand.
Gotcha.
In 2022, because they wanted to do Allegiant, but they weren't getting enough ticket sales yet.
Right.
People were still probably kind of nervous going back into big crowds and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because you saw attendance across every sports platform was going down.
And you had the old guy running the show.
Yeah, very true.
You know why? Because remember who won Money in the Bank at that one?
Cock
Theory.
Who? Oh, Theory.
Oh,
yeah.
Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Vince, my man's handpicked.
Mm-hmm. His
Gonna be-
newest Drew
wanted to-
McIntyre.
Or newest wanted to be like Cena.
Right.
I just can't wait to go to my shrine if this comes through. I got to stand outside the front gates because I was supposed to go to their opening game, the Raider opening game, but COVID happened. I got to stand out front, but man, I cannot wait to be inside.
Yeah, that's I don't know if I do get to the actual show, that's gonna be something that I would really love to see. Just because I'm a Raider fan, that's gonna be real cool. To
It
see.
will be, and you know, some of our Max might even show up.
Hopefully he'll be right down in the front though.
Is
Hopefully
Money
he's
in the
part of
Bank?
the show.
Do you think Money in the Bank's considered a big five now? You think they're
Because of where they've had it in recent years, I think that's the agenda that's being pushed. Because it's been in some places the last
it was in the, in 23 it was in the O2 arena.
That's London.
That's 18,000 only. That's arena.
Yeah. And where was it at?
Correct.
And this year, where's it going to be at?
Yeah.
In Toronto, and so it's not in a.
It's going to be at Rogers or
no, that's Scotta.
What is it?
Scotta Bank.
Oh, Scotia Bank.
Oh,
Yeah, that's where that's where the Raptors play.
Yeah, so it's going to be an arena again.
But it's going to be abroad, allegedly. So
that don't count.
That don't count.
That don't count.
No,
but you know what? They could fill up the Rogers Center or Sky Dome if you want to be a purist like I am.
They could.
They could. They filled up Raws there before.
Yeah, and WrestleMania 6.
And Mania's.
Was it 6 and 17?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, 17
was not 17. 18. 17 was Houston, yeah.
Yeah, 18. That following year.
Let's see.
But I cannot wait for WrestleMania Las Vegas.
Yeah, I've been to Vegas once.
I told them they could use the stadium down here if they wanted to.
Oh, what you taking reservations for the con man?
I don't think a big event in Jacksonville
is ever going to happen
here.
Yeah,
well, no, we're
but
talking
they
about
have the Super Bowl there. The Super Bowl isn't the Khan family's competition.
It wasn't that. He didn't even have anything to do with it. He didn't have anything to do with it then either.
He didn't.
I mean, I think you should though if you're the host city.
No, I said he didn't. He wasn't the owner then.
Oh, how long has he been the owner?
Got to be 10 plus, at least 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years, at least 10 years. But back in 2005 was Wayne Weaver. Okay, all right. So we'll see what's to come with this WrestleMania.
More to come, guys. I am excited about this announcement. I'm glad it's not Minnesota.
Yeah, I'll just get ready to say I'm super happy that it's not Minneapolis because
I
wouldn't know what the hell to do up there.
Freeze. You can go to the Mall of America.
Right, I'm cool.
You can pretend you could be Lex Luger and walk out by the mighty train store.
Nah, I'm good.
All right, guys. Now it's that time of the week for Dan's top five. All right,
I'm going to sit up for this one because you guys have been looking forward to this. And just so you know, today's top five is being brought to you by the fine folks at Pro Wrestling Tees. You can get one of these, not this one, but you can get a tee. It says filler segment on it. It's from us for you guys. It'll look great on you. So please go visit our merch store over there at Pro Wrestling Tees. Okay, guys, you have waited, and I have got it right here. I've got my top 5 TV shows that are not Raw or SmackDown. Raw or SmackDown, or I'm even going to throw in Monday Nitro because those are the major shows. So I have one OLI on this one, only one. So my OLI on this top 5 is All American Wrestling because who didn't like Sunday morning wrestling after their Cartoon Express? Fellas?
Well, All American Wrestling, by the time I started watching it coming on, that was Mondays on USA.
I remember it was on Sunday morning right after the Cartoon Express. Mean Gene would come on in the studio, and then it turned into it turned into WWF Live with our boy, Todd Pettengill.
Todd Pettengill?
The GOAT. The GOAT. Okay, guys. Top 5 coming right at you right now. Number 5, Sunday Night Heat. Sunday Night Heat.
You know, in the beginning, because I went back and I watched all of them on the network. I might have been during COVID, just binge watching a whole bunch of stuff. They had a lot of the like top names in the very beginning: Rock, Taker, Mankind.
Oh yeah, the first one ever was Edge versus. Oh man, I just watched it the other day. Kane.
Oh, Edge versus Kane. Was it 96 or 95 when Sunday Night Heat came out?
Yeah.
No, it was a little later than that.
Yeah, you're right. Probably 98, 99 or something.
Yeah,
like
that sounds about right. Because I remember 98, 99, 2000 all having
August 2nd, 1998.
98.
There it is.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Shout out to Thomas and Sons for that one. But also with Sunday Night Heat was like before the pay-per-views, that was kind of must-watch TV.
It did turn into the pre-show.
It turned into the pre-show, but I remember the one memory that really sticks out to me was Mankind cutting his promo and Shane McMahon hit the record button for that I Quit match against The Rock.
Oh, yeah, Royal Rumble 99. I remember
Royal Rumble 99. All right. Number 4 is where our tie comes in, and I'm going to preface this by saying it was pretty much the same show, but it came on back-to-back up here in this area every Saturday morning. And that was number 4 is WWF Superstars and Wrestling Challenge.
Yeah, those did used to, when I was in Illinois, they came on back-to-back for years, and then they like separated the days. I think one came on Saturday, another one came on Sunday.
But it was to me, it was essentially the same, but a little bit different. It was the same. They'd show like, all right, this is what happened on the Brother Love show, and they'd show the whole segment, like on both of them. So like if it happened on one, it would happen on the other, or vice versa. And like the barbershop, same thing, vice versa. But man, they introduced us to some of the greatest jobbers of all time.
Yeah. I wouldn't have the extensive knowledge on enhancement talent that I do if it wasn't for Superstars and Wrestling Challenge.
You're right. So there it is right there. Oh, you know what? I did forget an OLI, so I'm just going to go and throw that one out there. Shotgun Saturday. So there's your OLI. It did make it. And I'm going to tell you why. Wait till you hear the top 3. I'm just saying. Wait till you hear the top 3. So your top 3, your number 3 right now, coming in live at 8:05 Eastern Time, WCW Saturday night.
Which version, though?
Which version? Any of them. To me, it was any of them.
Even in the very beginning when it was just a studio show with Jim Ross?
Yes. I liked all of it, man. It was Saturday Night Wrestling before Saturday night's main event. You know what I mean? If Saturday night's main event wasn't on, you could always count on WCW Saturday night being on weekly.
Very true.
So
I didn't really get into it until the ring started spinning, but
I remember that.
Yeah, some of the best stuff.
It was some of the best stuff. I don't understand how they did it without getting dizzy. I'd be like, all right, I can't do this. It's motion sickness, I know. But anyways, the WCW Saturday night, 8:05 Eastern, right after the Andy Griffith show on TBS. I remember that. Now, number 2 and number 1 can be interchangeable. So I had to go with the coin flip on this one, and the coin is never wrong, in my opinion. But number 2, Saturday night's main event.
At 2?
At 2. I'm going to tell you. Well, it's like I said, it's interchangeable. It's like I had a tough time with this one, but I kept Saturday night's main event at 2. I remember when it was like it used to come on once a month, and then they got away with it. Then they just got away from it, and it just became extinct altogether. They tried to bring it back, but I wish they would bring it back. Personally,
some of their live events that they run on Saturdays. That's what they call them. The last one I went to was actually called a Saturday night's main event, and it was just a regular regular house show. Same weekend I met Gunther and Kaiser at my job. They
I was at Six Flags. I remember that.
yeah, they called that one Saturday Night's Main Event. It had a logo like almost similar to what they used, and yeah, it was. But that's what that is.
That's right.
There's our shirt.
Before we get to our number one, there's a shirt that you can buy at Pro Wrestling Tees, guys. Go ahead, support the cause, support us, and it looks good on you. It'll look good on you.
Yes.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
That's something we can all agree on.
Down. There's the link into the shirt. There's the shirt. And we'll continue with top 5.
There it is, guys. We're getting to our number one. And it's like I said, it is interchangeable right here. But it was really tough for me to come up with it with this one, with Saturday Night Main Event being number 2. The number one show for me that is not Raw, SmackDown, or Monday Nitro, Primetime Wrestling. The first incarnate of Primetime Wrestling. Not that studio jargon with Vince McMahon and Bobby Heenan. I'm talking about Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby Heenan bantering for 2 hours. That, to me, was quality wrestling television. It was great. Everything you could want as a fan with the 2 greatest to ever do it.
I mean, they managed to stick a match or 2 in on some shows. It wasn't all, just back and forth in the studio. I mean, that was the best part of the show because there was no. I don't care about your Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler fans. They're right there at the top, but they're not better than the Gorilla and the Brain.
They're the best 2 to ever do it, and I will die on that hill. I mean, Bobby the Brain and Gorilla from 9 to 11 on a Monday night before Raw, and then they went away from it, and then they went to in studio, and that was okay.
Yeah.
That was okay. Then they went to like this panel with Vince sitting at the head of the table, and then it turned into Monday Night Raw. But Primetime Wrestling with Gorilla and the Brain. I remember when they went to WrestleMania, I think it was 4. It was either 4 or 5 when they were in Atlantic City doing like the little rickshaw races with Mr. Fuji. That was great.
Was that the one where he took a cab to the finish line?
Yes, it was.
That was good. That was a good one.
But Primetime Wrestling, man, that'll always have my heart. Always, I looked forward to it. I remember sneaking out of my room at night to go turn on the TV and watch it and get in trouble a bunch of times for staying up on a school night just to watch wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, but those shows right there, it's like I said, 1 and 2 could have been interchangeable, but it's, I miss old school wrestling television, I guess.
Man, yeah.
You like Macho Man and Vince as commentators?
On Superstar?
On Superstars.
And Raw.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The first couple episodes, the first season and a half.
And then Bartlett guy.
Yeah, because that was leading up to the beginning of Raw was during the build-up to WrestleMania 9.
Yep.
It was.
Yeah, that was when Yoko had won the Royal Rumble. We got the Giant Gonzalez debut.
Ric Flair got jettisoned on a couple episodes later.
Yeah, he had the loser leaves match and
Was
lost.
perfect.
Yep. Then the red and yellow dude came back.
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, not who. I think who did have a match on Raw though. I believe who had a match on Raw. And for those of y'all who don't know who is, yeah, Google who in WWE.
Woo!
And if
You
you've
also
never
had
heard
Razor Ramon versus Kid
The
Lightning.
1, 2, 3 Kid Lightning, the Lightning Kid.
Lightning Kid,
Whatever.
all
The
types
kid,
of.
yeah.
It's so
Right.
funny. When I met Sean Waltman at Comic-Con, he said he hated 1, 2, 3 Kid. He absolutely hated it. He said, I wanted to be Lightning Kid throughout the whole time, but they weren't hearing it, which was, I agree. I thought that was kind of a ridiculous name.
You're listening to the fans. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
That's why he made it. That's
Why
crazy.
we got the champion we got now, listening to the damn fans.
Not all the hardcore fans back in the day knew that added up to 6, and that's why his name was 6, not just a 6th member, but his name was
1 + 2 + 3.
Plus 3, 6, yeah.
and he was a 6th member.
Yeah. So we'll just stick with that reason.
I'm gonna run with that too because, but man, old wrestling, I miss it. I miss it so much. I watch it on Peacock, and I'm like, we really were spoiled.
100%.
We had some great wrestling when we were kids. I know these youngsters coming up, they might see it here and there, but they weren't there.
No.
That's just like a basketball argument. You know what? You want to talk about this LeBron Jordan thing? They want to. Most of all these younger bucks are all about LeBron. I get it, but they weren't there. They weren't there.
No, not at all. I saw it 82 nights, 82 games a year from a TV. So, I get it.
I was living over here and seeing it, and I'm just you got to recognize greatness when you see it, and that was watching true. Jordan was great.
And it's for me, it's hard to have that conversation when it comes to wrestling because it reinvents itself so much. Like, you know, we were talking about Jericho, and I actually at one point in time had Jericho on my Mount Rushmore, but the more he sticks around, the longer he sticks around, the easier it'll be for me to put somebody else in that spot. But you know, but
not
like,
anymore with me. Yeah,
I mean, but it's just super difficult to have that conversation about the GOAT in professional wrestling because one is predetermined, two, you know, everybody's a character. These are things that we all know as adult fans. So it's really hard to kind of, this person's to go. That's because every character is different, and every situation, everybody's booked differently, and you know, fans are kind of drawn to who they want to be drawn to. So, like for me, it's really hard to have that conversation. But we definitely were growing up, man. Like in the 80s and 90s, just being wrestling fans, we got like the best of it. Not saying that the product now is horrible, but we got the best of it growing up.
I think most of it now is because we didn't have internets or dirt sheets or anything like that back then, man. Everything was such a surprise. Like you didn't see it coming. Now it's like, all right, predictable here and there, just certain areas. I think yesterday, with I'm drawing like Tongaloa coming out was the first time in a long time that nobody dropped anything on the internet about it.
Yeah.
And that right there, it brought me right back. It's like, wow, I'm like 12 years old all over again. This is great.
Yeah, I didn't
keep doing this.
I didn't pop like I normally would for a debut or something like that because I had almost all but forgotten about him. But
wasn't it great?
I mean, it was, but it would have been greater had I got what I was expecting. So
yeah,
Jacob, then I probably would have popped. But
yeah, you would have popped it. You would have popped with that. I already know that. But I mean, this was just like no one saw it coming. It was great.
No, and it's a great twist. I'm interested to see.
Solo's losing streak is over.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we didn't bring that up.
It is. Well, I mean, tag matches, yeah, but one-on-one, he's still got some work to do.
Yep.
Still got some work to do. But I'm interested to see how Jay falls back into this situation because Heyman had that "help me please" look on his face yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how Jay comes back into the mix. Is Jacob gonna side with you know the actual blood or the actual blood related family, or is he gonna join little cousin instead of you know other cousins? I guess
it'll be interesting to see.
It will be, man. It will be.
Okay.
What a great time to be alive right now.
Awesome time to be a wrestling fan.
All right, Philip Segment Nation, that's all we have for this week. So next week we'll be back. We'll let you know if it's Saturday or Sunday next week. Hopefully we can get our special guest on air next week, and we'll let you know. Peace.